Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to welcome back to some more Let's Play Disco Elysium. In the last episode, we did more exploring along the coast. We talked to a few people, and now we are back here at the Whirling in Rags in order to sing. It's time to do the karaoke. And I'm pretty sure we can convince Gart to let us sing. So, the thing is that I need to remember, I think I needed more suggestion and or drama for this. +1 drama, +1 electrochemistry. This is pretty ridiculous looking. But we're gonna do it anyway. Let's think here. Let's put a half light on us. So where are we minus so far? We are -1 from the Ledger of Oblivion, but I kind of want the Authority of Suggestion. So this will give us 3 Inland Empire currently? Really, that low? We have a lot of authority, +1 suggestion. Half-light. I don't really need perception. I'm hoping for this. You know, we might want some composure, actually. So let's swap out our gloves. Sorry, our boots for these boots. How more ridiculous can we make a character look? Okay, I think this will work. All right. Wow, my throat has a frog in it today. What's my authority? +1 suggestions, +1 down in Empire. Am I really down -1 Inland Empire like to 3? No, it's 4 standard. Okay. All right then. Let's go ahead and sing. Conceptualization sounds like something I might want if I'm going to actually sing as well. Do I have any conceptualization clothes? But I would lose suggestion. It would counter it. And I lose some drama. We'll go with this. +2 drama. So we're -1 Inland Empire and Perception and Savoir-Faire. And +1 a few other skills. This sounds good. Alright, let's do it. Time to show everyone that we can sing.
Can I help you?
Gart, I need to sing karaoke now. No, you don't. It's not happening. Why do you even have a PA system if no one's going to use it? It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. It's not a prop, it's for your clients. I know it's used. Okay, yes, it's used for some clients, he admits reluctantly. I'm a real client. I paid my bills and I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Ha! Well, he comes up with a counter-argument. We don't have any tapes. They all got stolen. It's alright. I have my own song with me, given the tape for the smallest church in St. Sains. The man in the vest and violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. Authority. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses. Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. He shakes the tape at you. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. Perception, hearing. I'm having it uninstalled. He mumbles to himself. Inland Empire. Oh yeah. Time to do the damage. This feels right. You belong here. Let's do it. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel. Okay, so we need more drama. So 1 second. It's a red check. And I do want all the drama I can get. So we're putting back on our drama shirt. Do I have any more drama? Not that I see. So we have +3, and just to make sure, my current thought is -1 rhetoric. Alright, let's do it! Put your lips against the microphone. Test it. Immediately a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? You should sing into it? Where should you stand? Endurance. Does someone feel like throwing up? I do. A little. Oh. Okay. Well, we were too close. That's going to penalize us. Let's just do it. I'm ready, Gart. Hit play. Yeah! Fail! The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump's in your throat suddenly.
I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Sunshine. Now it once was larger. How the real may rest there, down through the mist there, towards the Seven Sisters, towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there in the tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you're all alone. None of this matters. All.
Alright, there's the lyrics. I won't do any better than he did. Do you hear that? The most pathetic applause in the world. Made of pity. No one liked you. They think you're a joke. Which of these would Sam say? He'd probably say 3, but not with the final sentence. We'll go with, I mean, we shouldn't demand. He wouldn't demand it. But then again, Sam probably wouldn't have actually sung the karaoke song anyway. So, what would his reaction be? Again, it would be 3, but I don't like the final... I don't like the final sentence on that. So we're going to go with one of these two. We'll go with 2. I'm up here singing my fucking heart out! And it's good enough for you... Oh... Do I really want to say that? I don't want to insult the audience. You didn't like it, huh? Your words echo in the karaoke mic. People talk in the distance. A couple tries not to look at you. Quit yelling into the mic! You hear from the union booth. I'm up here singing my fucking heart out, and it's good enough for you fuckers? You hear, or think you hear, uncomfortable shifting around. A bit of laughter, maybe? No one's saying anything. I'm gonna unplug the mic now, okay? You don't know what good singing is. This is real singing. I sang about real stuff. That's it. I'm unplugging it. He presses the top of the tape carousel. You hear a little whine of feedback and the mic dies in your hand. Well, we did it. Quest completed. Alright, now let's get back on our big boy outfit. Let's see. And I was wearing my commander's jacket. And I was wearing my horrific necktie. Alright. Oh, I had -1 drama for the Indeed Office Shades. Oh, I should have held over drama to see what might have been doing that. If I hadn't gone close to the mic, we would have done it with all of the... Yeah, we would have been able to do it if I had not tested the mic first and I had taken off those glasses. A 5 would have been enough. Oh well. Too late now. Red check failed.
Wow. Just wow. I hope you really enjoyed yourself up there. Had a cathartic experience. Because for the rest of us, that really sucked.
Logic. It's safe to say this is about your karaoke performance. You don't understand my performance. Those high notes, I purposely shredded them to convey a strained, worn-out sadness. Oh, I get it. You were purposefully shit. So original. I'm not letting anyone up there again. Ever. Now, what did you want? Goodbye, Gart. I just want to see what everyone says about my performance.
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, Mom.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine. I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. How might I make it up to you?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
She sighs. Logic. No mystery here. This is Klage's handiwork. She cut the line. Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who is house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Authority. You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot. I love missing persons cases. That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark alley, start shaking down the usual suspects, you know, legwork. Volition. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're used to someone. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Shivers. A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window towards the bay. What is this expedition your husband was on? Just some field work, sweetie. Morrow is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant, Gary, are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast, across the waterlock, to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. She sighs. What could be keeping them? Logic. The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it? Wait, who is this Gary person? Yeah, let's just tell her. The waterlock on the other side of the coast was broken. They probably just got stuck over there. Oh my! What happened to the waterlock? Wouldn't you know it? It's blocked by a big butter billboard. It fell right into the water. Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Listen, sweetie, I hate to ask, but if your investigation happens to take you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. Is this the dead guy? An empire. This will surely lead to his cryptozoological mystery with an extremely rare insect. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting here in the whirling in rags. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired, and it's cold out there. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Tell me more about Moral. Looks, character, your relationship. Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, what does your husband look like? Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. His palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle. Empathy. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world. Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for? Oh! Well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even. One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. How long have you been married? Well, we'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Her smile is soft. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. How'd the two of you meet? Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off and, well, here we are. She smiles wistfully. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on. I hope I've been useful. So your husband is some kind of scientist? Oh, yes, she says with a pinch of pride. A zoologist, a cryptozoologist to be more precise. What is cryptozoology? It's really just a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictionists. Searching for such species, called cryptids, is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research. She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own. Maybe you can convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd only be too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask. Hey, Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them? Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company, too. What's the biggest cryptid? That would be the giant of Coco-Nur, she says, as if it's common knowledge. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Coco-Nur desert, in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes. Huh. And just how big is it? No one knows for sure. It's like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon, expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision. Is it dangerous? The towering luminosity of Coco-Nur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others a fate unimaginable. That's what makes it so peculiar, a species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Coco-Nur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Coconut Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes. An empire. Great. This is great shit. You need more. Are there any invisible cryptids? What an interesting question. The answer is, yes, there are. What's that? The Kodomama Dakwa, or Thin Whisper of Sound. And that's precisely what it seems to be, a self-replicating sound wave, invisible and intangible. It's very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track. Why is the Mama Dakwa so afraid of us? That is a sad story, she frowns. A group of university students assisting with the fieldwork in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction. How? She nods gravely. They tried to communicate with it, and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama Dakwa's. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear? Suggestion. This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing. Physical instrument. You have no clue, because you're a dweeb. They cancel each other out? Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population. Empathy. Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth. After that, the corpuscles appear to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ia, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Kodamama Dakwa population anywhere. What does it sound like? Like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing outside your window right now, and you wouldn't even know it. It could be anywhere. Everywhere even. But how can an animal be a sound? Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory. Could it be here? Right now? It could be, she says calmly. As I said, it could be everywhere, and we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all day of our lives, and nights. Half-Light, maybe it's predatory. Yeah, what if it's predatory? It's not, don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts. Half-Light, I wouldn't be sure. What damage is also invisible? What evidence is there of this animal being a sound? Plenty. It's the evidence that led up to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of Aeropagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Aya mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. Nod eagerly. The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest-pitched bat calls. Suggestion. She transforms when speaking about these strange animals into a confident woman. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Kodamama Dakwa, after that Percanarsian name of the voice god, which is said to be very silent. Wow. They grew quite obsessed with these little birds, even though they couldn't see them. They could distinguish among individual birds and even begin to name some of them. Name them? Sequester, Time, Josquin, she nods. Those are but some of the Mama Dakwa they followed individually. Interesting. What about, is that a cryptid on this pen you gave me? Yes! It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species of the genus Homo. War story? Yes. It was reported by soldiers in South Safre during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva. With its saliva. Yes, It has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight. And there was something about an undiscovered subspecies of man? Indeed there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Some taxonomic family, different genius. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species, and which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own, just like your partners. You mean, Kim isn't human? I knew it! In everyday speech, human isn't really a scientific category. For all legal and ethical purposes, your partner is a person just like you. So you might as well think of him as a human being too. Now, I'm pretty sure we would normally tease Kim. No, I'm pretty sure Kim isn't human in any sense of the word. What do you mean? He doesn't seem to have any character flaws. No human being is that perfect. She thinks. Some argue that the kind green ape should also be thought of as human, especially because it has shown itself to be so humane. I don't dare form an opinion one way or the other without more information, though. Have you ever tried to find the kind green ape yourself? My husband did, but it's a shy creature and only shows itself to humans when it feels that it must intervene to save lives. No scientist has ever been able to track it down. It's so mysterious, I really can't tell you anything more about it. What's the tiniest cryptid? Cryobacter catlinus, she answers immediately. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Katla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mizuno some 70 years ago. What's so special about it? The bacterial colony Mizuno found had remained alive while frozen ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before the recorded history. Mizuno disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life. Wait, she injected herself with it? Yes. The bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It's so hard to see where she could have gotten the idea. Immortal bacteria, immortal geologist? That's too wild. Wild, yes. Impossible, no. Although, everything has a price, sweetie. After Mizuno treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for this Cryobacter catlinus coursing through her bloodstream. What's the most dangerous cryptid? The Gnome of Jeroma. The Gnome of Jeroma. That doesn't sound too bad. Oh, it is. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue. What did this cryptid look like? It was reportedly a small creature, with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead, an ungainly little thing, quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped in the tarpaulin to suffocate it. She looks at you, her voice grave indeed. It still took the Gnome of Jumeirah an entire day to die. Are there any photos of it? Alas, no, and the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking they would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science. Logic. Alas. Always alas, and then it was gone. Isn't that overly convenient? It does seem very convenient that it was disappeared, nothing was left to be seen again. She nods. I understand your skepticism, but that's what happens when things are rare and stand out. Their disappearance is almost memorable, but they are at least likely to be found again. Man, I just can't get enough of these cryptids. She grins. I'm glad you like them, but I'm not really one to tell you all about them. You should ask my husband if you get the chance. He's the real expert. Well, tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking for. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating, she catches herself. But I shouldn't bore you with the entomological minutiae. No, I want to hear about the insect. Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but phasmid is a stick bug. Oh yeah, here comes the interesting. Where the other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. Disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulandian coast. She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully. Hence its name, the Insulandian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering it with us, officer. Does it have cool powers? Yes! It can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. Her face lights up at the thought of it. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even. What makes you think it's around here? Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in the local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us a clipping. So that's the only evidence you have, then. Of course, most phasmid sightings turns out to be false alarms, but the description matched the Insulandian phasmid perfectly. I didn't even know they were looking at it. Is it dangerous? She chuckles to herself. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Is it valuable? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Okay, so what's so special about this stick bug, then? Oh, dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. The woman's face flushes with embarrassment. Morrow can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure. That's all for now. Thanks, ma'am. Bringer of the Lawjaw. Sorry, Bringer of the Law. Lawjaw. Okay, so we now know why you have the Lawjaw. Why you say you're the law in a weird manner. Why your jaw does that thing. You had polio as a child. You hadn't gotten vaccinated. You must have been right about the revolution. Not a lot of vaccine going around then. So you got infantile paralysis due to polio, and this jaw thing is a complication from that. Admittedly, it's not very funny, but you overcame it. This little infant survived, and you became a sharpshooting super cop. So fuck you, polio. Hand-to-eye coordination raised to 6. We're going to be good with guns, everyone. We also succeeded at all hand-to-eye coordination passives from now on. But we have a -1 to rhetoric. Well, we need to cancel... We need the... Do I need to cancel the rhetoric? No. No, I don't. I think we won't. But I do now think we will put points into hand-eye coordination. Because we want to take advantage of that passive. We'll probably put 2 more points in hand-eye coordination to bring it to 4. And then I guess we can go back to leveling my other things. Or wait, do I want to do that? I think I do. Let's put 1 point in it at least. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your capo type. Wait, there's capo types? Yes. Guess what's yours? Some kind of weapon cop? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Empathy. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Okay, but what are the other capo types? Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, and the Advanced Interesting Cop. Liquid Shadow Cop, but you're too sorry to say those things, so... Here we go. Fucking, they should be sorry. Yes, yes, and Potent Rage and Lamentation. Let's wrap it up. Actually, you know, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Won't the other couple types be jealous? What? Just a sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual capo type from sorry to anything. Nah, I'm really not sorry. Fuck off. Wow. Okay. Fuck off? Maybe we're wrong about you then. Half-Light. Check out the big balls on fire, cop. I really should put this in something, though. Oh! I accidentally did level up hand-eye coordination! I thought I canceled. Well, let's read about hand-eye coordination, then. Cool for trick shooters, snipers, jugglers. Hand-eye coordination loves the interactions between you and the things that fly in the air. It enables you to catch coins from mob bosses, shoot straight, and understand firearms intimately. Want to know the precise make and model of a pistol? Hand-eye coordination's got you. Want to shoot someone with it? Ditto. At high levels, hand-eye coordination makes you deadly, supposing you've a weapon in your hand. But once you do, hand-eye coordination will compel you to take the shot, even if it's not the best approach. At low levels, however, you'll be even more of a disaster in waiting, because when the gun goes off, and they always do, you'll probably hit the wrong target. Yeah, we probably will need that then. If I can even get enough experience points. Because I don't see myself gaining a whole lot more before the game ends. What do we have, by the way? We have Bringer of Lawjaw, succeeded all passives for hand-eye coordination. Hand-eye coordination raised to 6. In other words, hand-eye coordination will now show up all the time whenever it's something we don't have to roll the dice for. We get $1 whenever we say anything that sounds like swindling. We gain $1. We gained increased max logic, and whenever we choose moralist options, we heal morale. We succeed on 11s, we fails on 3s. At 11s and higher, fail on 3s and lower. +1 experience for all orbs clicked. +2 hand-eye coordination against enemies in FT 500 armor. And our learning cap for perception was raised to 5. We'll need a gun if I really want to take care of Fairweather. Maybe tomorrow we will start doing the jobs for Everart. Oh, we also want to talk to a few more people about our performance. Assuming we can.
Again, I can't believe this shit.
I guess the only person who actually talked to us about our performance will be guards.
Yes? What is it?
I bet you liked that, didn't you? Let's be honest. That was for some first-rate karaoke. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. What? No! No! The man with the sunglasses shakes his head stubbornly. There are universal standards of good out there, and that was just complete shit. Jean, she says quietly, interjects, giving you a compassionate side glance. He's not right. Treat him like you treat McCoy's little brother. Maybe it didn't go as well as I thought. You think so? It was very nice. Different, but a good kind of different. I liked it. You're the police, right? Cool. So am I. She looks around. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything, Judith. Wait, what are you, the police, doing here? I'm just looking out for you. No one! The man looks at her. I'm just a man with sunglasses and you are... a policewoman. Yes, her voice is quiet. A policewoman who just wants to do her job, that's all. She says quietly and looks away. Guy back there doesn't have anything to say about a performance. How about guy without a shirt? Hi, Jandamer. Another rendezvous. There he is again. The smoker on the balcony, right here in the whirling in rags. I just want to see if anyone says anything about a performance.
The Copper-nado is back. What do you want?
I'm not quite sure if I should tell them that the mercs are coming for them. On one hand, if I do tell them, I'm a little worried that Joyce will get in trouble. On the other hand, I don't know if I really want to see them get shot. What was that? Could it be the Coda Mamak de Qua? No. Probably just your imagination ringing in your ear. Is it? Is there a ringing? There seems to be. An extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? Like it's something that tickles your ear? Logic. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing just might be a regular bird. Perception. Honestly, your hearing isn't hearing a whole lot. This isn't hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic, but admittedly, there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always? Move your head towards the sound. Oh no, the sound! It's moving away! Somewhere over there? Go after it! No, too late! It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets. No, come back, please! Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you'll be sure to hear it again. Another new thought. Koldo Mamadakwa. I don't think we're going to be researching it because I think I need to improve my stats for the next few levels. It is 8:17. And everyone, I'm going to do something weird and put a little break here so I can get something to eat. I'll be right back. Hey everyone. Alright, let's wrap up the day. I've also realized I've been playing for 41 minutes, so we won't play for too much longer. I'm thinking what we're going to do is I think we're going to double back to our new place to spend the evening, and we'll spend the evening there. So let's go ahead and do so. And if we have time, which I think we will, we'll also go ahead and read another case file. Oh, we can get that other quest to find the Phasmin. Sorry, it's been like 5 hours. I compressed down the parts so far. Oh, right, we have those two gentlemen to talk to tomorrow, I suppose. Hello. What have we here? I guess this must be hand-eye coordination showing up now. Scribbled between the thighs of a page of 3 Girl. Wait, scribbled between the thighs of a page of New Girl something disco. How close are we to leveling again? I don't think we're close at all, are we? 21 experience points already. I'm thinking the next 2 points will go into hand-eye coordination. And then we go back to logic and or some other skills instead. And we have a bunch of stuff to talk with Kim about tomorrow, if Kim can even find us. Oh, and it occurs to me that the dead gentleman probably is not the gentleman who is the wheelchair girl's wife. He was a lot younger. I didn't see anyone, however, in the reads out here. Did you guys see anyone? I didn't notice a single person. There is the girl whose sons and daughter we've met. So let's head on in for the evening. I can't think of a whole lot of other things we need to do. We'll probably have another dream, will be my guess. So I'm going to lower the talking to nothing. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our case file a little more. I want to read a case file. Let's read something a little less dark for the evening. The couch in an unexpected location. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway, you know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it. Is that it? I don't have any pictures, so I have nothing to base this on. They actually look like assholes. Insufferable dicks. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out on all these unexpected and whimsical locations they took it to, where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved. Did I ever catch those guys? No, you didn't have the time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next? Oh, that was it? I can revisit this. We have 2 more left. That passed about like 40 minutes as well, it looks like. So it's a nice way to get a little bit of knowledge of what's happening, I suppose. A little bit of experience points. Rather than just sitting on a bench and waiting for the next day. Let's go ahead and sleep, shall we? The bed is comforting. If a bit run down, still, you've earned a rest. Go to sleep. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes a few moments for the world to fall away. Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names and all that laughter and screaming and scheming around every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Ferrotape. Spinning on empty. On and on it goes for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance, rising above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. For the first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the potted flowers, the faces, turning, changing. What is it? It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit. I'm trying to live a new life. We tried to erase our old one. The endless visions erased them. It's not possible anymore. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again. Harvester, a ceaseless agent picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes. Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world, an address book you are. The map of the city. That's right, I am an agent of the world. You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man? Solving your little crossword puzzles? Doing your tasks, crossing off names off your lists? Trying to become some sort of world detector? It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in their mouth. Fill the pillow under your cheek. I don't like these. For this part of the game, I feel like I'm being railroaded into having to answer certain ways. Like, no matter what I do in-game, these two systems of mine won't let me do anything else than what they want me to do. Feel the pillow under your cheek. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night. You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Shivers. Do it for the wind. Logic. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world, one conversation at a time. Thank you, guys. I really needed you at Volition to show up. Oh, he slept on the chair, I guess. This is now day 4, everyone. I guess our beard and mustache don't grow at all any longer? It's gonna be my guess. Let's see. Oh, I should wear my drama outfit. I can always reload. I want to see if it matters. Wait, I'm expecting Kim just to be outside. And he is. I'm expecting him not to remark on my boots and gloves. Let's see if I'm right. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Yes. Nothing. Good. We don't even have to bring it up. He's not going to say anything. I'm not going to mention it to him as well. Okay, perfect. Kim's back. Let's take a look at some of the things we had in our inventory. The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Magine, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member. At the backside. We've seen this before. We have a phone number to call. Kim says we should first decide what to do with the body. Before taking any other actions, let's take another look at the body and talk things through. Oh right, we have Kim now. We should also investigate the building that has Ruby in it. Maybe we should do that first. We should also keep our eyes open for whatchamacallit, that one gentleman out here. I guess he'd be somewhere in this area right here, exploring the reeds. And I'm not walking towards the electric... Oh, actually, electric thing is, I think, this way. But we'll go towards the body first, I guess. Kim just took a body back. I wonder how he knew where I was staying. Winter. Oh, right. Shiver Soul has come back here at one point. Winter. Slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some more wet snow from above. Look around us. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring. How does it feel? The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. We look around. I'm wearing a commander's coat, I thought. Where is Ruby? Near. Snow falls into dark water. She prays, though she doesn't believe. There was a hum in the air. Yep, the electric building. That's all. What's in the north? The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Soeurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution. And further north, a serpentine strip of land weaving its way into Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run, from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby isles. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. And on the other side of the inlet, then there's the ozone, but that snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far. Before that, before the curtains are drawn, the Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here, is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing many company logos. Wild Pines, Zam, Morian. And at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of Coalition warship, Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against a market. You shudder. What's in the east? The canal you crossed to get here, and beyond it, Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield. at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds. That's all. Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king. And further, a fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. What's in the west? More winding coastline lined with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at the dark piles. Gray and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. And beyond that, the waters turn black. Cold City in the shadow of St. Martin, a boomtown, back when coal extracted from countless shafts in the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet. What's there? Below the old mines, Les Assures Municipales, Revachol's underground cemetery. Les Petits Rats brave the underground passageways, trying to get to Les Royaumes. Les Petits Rats? Petits Rats? Children under 14. They go underground, looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums, and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper. After rubies, melachorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from the Safre and sealed during time of the Suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philippe, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along those whose walls mirrors have been placed so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special purest of the pure magneta cocaine favored by Revacholian royalty. Electrochemistry. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard. Logic. How can it be pure if it's magneta? Yeah, how can it be pure if it's magneta? Snow falls and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know. Wipe the snow from our shoulder. Few petits rats return from the shafts, and even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of a black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces, and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking, the snow melts on your fingers, turning to water. What's in the south? The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinth alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And the south of the 81 is the Pox. It was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during the measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off. But still, heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. And further south, a line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Caprice 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill that serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Mark Torson. Wonder if Vix found his heterosexual life partner yet. The man in the fishnet wife-beater looks over at Chester McLean. Damn, I don't know. Even a real broider bun like that can't survive everything. Around you, the snow continues to fall. In the west, the ocean swells. Look around. A chill comes over you. Crawling down your back, the sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind. What's below me? Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage. Hidden bunkers, rats skettle. Tell me a secret of the sands, wind. Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You will probably never happen across it, but who knows? Stomp your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow. We should keep moving. Who knows when this snow will let up? Thank you, Shivers, for the background of where we are. That does mean that I'll have a little less time now, though, to investigate the body. And good on me, going right to it as well. Oh, right, there's this jacket again. I'm purposefully ignoring it. Maybe we shouldn't? Let's take it. This filthy rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abominably stiff from God knows what natural process. You can't even tell what brand it is. As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. Man, how'd this jacket get so disgusting? It's a sordid and filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Yeah, I've got the endurance. Think about it. It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that encompasses it. Perception. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in gray strand of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore. Okay, but what's the crust made of? Somehow it was carried on or dragged to the boardwalk, if not by human hands, then perhaps by the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. Visual calculus. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing. What happened once someone put it there? The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? Shivers. Somewhere, high above the city, a pair of seagulls trace loops through the air. They are like the bombardiers of the aerostatic brigades, gliding above a target-rich environment. All of a sudden, the bomb bay doors open, and their white, glittering payload rushes to the ground. Splat! An explosion of white on a man's shoe. A curse goes up, but the birds do not hear. Why did I just spend all this time thinking about seagull shit? It's too late! You have already thought about it, and now the hands are covered in muck. Ew, ew, ew! Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out. Maybe we can sell it for something later? We lost a point of morale. I'm gonna heal that. Since we have 12 flipping charges of morale booster, why not spend one? Especially because it's early in the morning. Actually, is there anything else we can interact with that about? As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. Why did I fund this shit jacket again? There is no why. Let's put it away then. I wonder if you could have gotten something decent out of it. I imagine you could. I might have just chosen the wrong conversation topics. I keep thinking some of those items might be useful in the future, that if we have them. Yeah, it's not an item, so we can't... Maybe we can sell it? Maybe it's the dead body... No, the dead body out here didn't... I don't think it's been out here for too long. We should click on all these again. to see... Okay. See what Kim says. 2 empty bottles of Tulula vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. Kim says a tragedy. Lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. Empathy. He shakes his head with genuine sadness. The cigarette package? Bob wrapper? Hold on. Lieutenant leans over the corpse and examines his face. 2 glassy eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Looks like he's been dead for a while. I'm surprised no one found him before you came along. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. What do you think happened here, Kim? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell to the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. What about the kebab? What about it? The deceased ate some kebab, he shrugs. It's probably from a nearby place. Maybe in the pox. Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab. Do you think he was drunk? Oh, yes. Lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure? Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. I agree. It's not related to the lynching. Right. Conclude. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still the question of identifying the body. Yeah, who is he? Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You just don't walk over here. He looks south. He looks south the way you came. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think? Electrochemistry. At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would just be sad. Inland Empire. This is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again. He looks just like me. I could have ended up just like him, dead on some empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse. Well, at least you're not married. Kim points to the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and gray. Or, what if you are? But let's try not to run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk. Like another one of those. Well, I do think labeling him as alcoholic is a bit premature. We don't know anything yet. We do know that he was married. But you're right, let's not run ahead. Okay, what should we do with him? From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. Hold on, what about a field autopsy? A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better. Yeah, you're right. I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that. Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest. We found them. We should finish this. Alright. We've already examined the library card. Let's call the Jamrock Library from Kinema. See if we can learn anything about this Billy Magine. And while we're there, we should also call about the station. Let them know we're taking the case. Nice! More work to do. So we're not going to find booze and drink it. We haven't found our gun yet. We don't have any of the armor pierce it. But I'm pretty sure Ruby has our gun. we should check to see... Maybe the body was put back there. Let's see, on Monday he'd been out there for 6 days? 3 days? The trash can might be open today. Like, there might be garbage people there. And we got a little bit of shivers telling us about garbage people. So, like, trash collectors. So, maybe we should investigate that. And I think we probably should also stop... Oh, here, by the way, I did forget. I want this in our hands. Okay, everyone, so let's stop here. Thank you guys for watching. We survived 3 days, and now we're going to start our 4th day. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.